It has been one of those mornings, everybody. It's still raining pretty heavily. Had to do a bunch of rainy morning chores today. Is that a door? No, it's like a... How are you getting back there? So there's stuff back there. I don't know how to get back there, though. 1, 4, 3? So it switches. Oh. So number 2 is broken. 1, 3, 4. Oh. I wonder if you can't. I wonder how you do that. Because I wonder if it opens the door and then you can get back in there. Might have to figure that one out. I don't have any pieces that could repair that, and there's no... When you hover over the number 3, it doesn't do anything. Yeah, who knows?
I always have a backup plan.
The Ragman. Probably another faction merchant. Take this rubbish back to wherever you found it. I won't accept it. Don't even ask. Or he won't even deal with me. What's on the other side? Man, there's layers here too. There's up top, down below. Commerce, 100%.
As it should be.
This container is labeled Destination Janus. It is covered in dust. It must have spent a long time at the docks. Alright, what about this one?
I've read about
At
this.
first glance, these look like standard containers, but their frames have been reinforced and their sealing improved to keep the smell in. They are used to transport
Always
contraband.
keep your eye on the price.
Strange memo. The holy book by the altar. That boy damn customs guy. Guess what? Hanger by the window wrote about the emperor through the window. Oh, that's keys to some sort of secret.
Let us not dawdle.
A little riddle. Yeah, it's a really good game so far, Republic.
Keep your wits about you.
Finest wines from Janus. It's like a lounge area. It's kind of like an airport, right? Because we're in a hangar bay. Yeah, because there's a bunch of shuttles down there. So our shuttle's in the next bay. Is there a third bay over here? I just didn't pay attention? Yeah. Okay. That's a pretty cool layout. Sort of cargo bay. Container labeled destination Janus. Okay, it's the same thing. Walls of this container have rusted and its contents rotted away. A situation not uncommon for shipments trying to pass through Imperial customs. Now is our time, not theirs. Go to their homes, drag them out of their beds, carve open their bodies like carcasses at a slaughterhouse. The Imperial Navy, Kaspilaka, Chorda, von Valancius, their names mean nothing now. Tomorrow we will erase them from memory. Go and seize power, as much of it as you can carry. That's got to be those anvers. What's up, Bamboozer? Just got home from midnight shift. Get some sleep, man. Provoke asks, what's your favorite class so far? A soldier. That's what I'm playing. My main playthrough is a soldier, and I've spec'd into the bounty hunter. Rank 5 functionary Alangar Kistoris. Did you say something? Alright, so he has nothing to say. Engine seer over here. Rank 5 functionary Morbetio Cavalli. Wait your turn. Alright. Internal report. I'm writing to inform you that 2 days ago the discharge was interrupted by a raid launched by the Anvers gang. In the attack, 3 loader servitors were put out of commission. Furthermore, 1 cargo container serial number. Oh, is that going to be a rumor, I wonder, when we pick it up? No, but it did give me a number on a storage crate. The container is marked foodstuffs, but it is empty by the looks of it. Has not been moved in a while.
I always keep my options open.
That wasn't so difficult.
A small altar. The central spot has been given to Drusus, a saint from the neighboring Calixis sector, who is widely revered in the Cronus Expanse. Although, as much as I love my soldier, I will say that the way they've spec'd Abelard is really cool, but I really liked Heinrich's. So Heinrich is a fighter with a psyker background, and so he's like a multi-class character. He left my party once we arrived at the planet, but he was pretty badass. So that, and I think he plays as a melee Biomancer Republic. The fighter overall, though, the warrior, that daring, what is it called? The heroic opportunity they get.
Sometimes you consult the appropriate treatise on Tactica Imperialis and weigh every step.
It's not going to show up, I guess, until you pop it.
Buy your biggest cannon and save the day.
I'm going to go find it. I can't remember what it's called. Daring Breach, that's what I'm thinking of. Daring Breach is just a freaking awesome ability. I think that the one I get with the soldier is also very nice, but Daring Breach, the ability to like run around the battlefield and like whack something, get more movement points, move over, whack something else, get more movement points, whack something else, and you're just like beelining all over the battlefield for like 4 or 5 attacks. It's pretty impressive when that happens with the warrior. It feels more impressive than the soldier's version, but I do like the soldier much more. Although I will say the launch version, I think it's the officer is what they call it now. This used to be leader in beta. It's called officer in launch. It's super impressive. The things they can make other characters do. It's the voice of command, then bring it down, the finest hour. Those keystone abilities are just... And I've got her spec'd now as a... Is it strategist? Yeah, grand strategist. Which has this crazy thing of being able to, like, put... you can put, like, combat zones. What's up, Jason Russell? Welcome to the channel. For anybody new here today, don't forget we're multi-streaming on YouTube and Twitch, usually every morning at 5:30 a.m. and 8 p.m. Central. Had bad weather last night that killed my stream about 30 minutes in, And then this morning I was about 30 minutes late because of all the rain and all the chores I had to do this morning. Anyway, this allows you to put like grids down. Front line, back line, and rear, and it gives bonuses. So it does pros and cons to whoever's in the grid. And you can move the grid each time it's your turn. So it's like you can have the front line grid up front, and that's where your tanks are. Then you have the back line, which is like for your, other characters. Then I can't remember if it's back line or rears for like your melee characters, because they get a bunch of cover bonuses and stuff. So it's really cool because you can literally move that around as your characters move around. So, and it's positive and negative. It's really cool stuff. It's part of the impressiveness of the mechanics that are going on here. All right, we got a quest in the atrium. We can also go to the Shadow Quarter. Since we have quests, let's go to the atrium. I know the Shadows Quarters. There's that the Thieves Guild merchant that we got referred to from the prison planet is somewhere in the Shadow Quarters, so we can go there later. But I've got quests in atrium, so. Somebody's meowing at the door. I'm going to go check, see who that is here in a second. Well, this area is taking its sweet time to load. There it goes. Plus, Smeagol just came in the room too. He was crying at the door. Footfall Atrium. Alright, we have multiple quests here, it says. It's a companion quest. We need to find the head of the Drusian mission. And then we have to visit the local administration at the Liege's Palace. And a lore item up here.
The whispers told me how.
These columns appeared here back when the station was founded, when it was assumed that Footfall would become a wondrous palace in the stars. It has never become that, apparently. Ooh, we got a cloak. Fireproof cape, immune to burning. That's cool. At the end of turn, it removes burning from all allies. That's helpful if you're going up against all those stupid flamethrowers. Alright, we got multiple stuff going on here. Let's hang a right and just see what's down here. Logic, use the cogitator. Pascal. Oh, it opened a gate. I love how there's verticality to all this. Gunsmith's Guild. Ooh, what do we got here? Man, this place is pretty huge.
Always keep your eye on the prize.
Drusian Preacher, Acolyte, Pilgrims.
Rise to the top or get left in the dust.
So this is the Liege Lord's house. We're gonna do that one last. Come one, come all, peer into the eyes of the enemies of humanity. So there's a dreadful Xenos here. Drukara, behavior, villainy, malice, habitat everywhere, hides among people. Diet, doesn't eat, feeds on blasphemous thoughts. Fears the Emperor, prayer, righteous thoughts. This is kind of creepy, and there's a button to punish the enemies of humanity. Wow. Yeah, I think I'll pass on that. The young man is clearly making every effort to look dapper. His fashionable clothes are practically new and his hair is well groomed. What ruins the impression is the poorly scrubbed off oil stains from his leaky implant and the fit of jacket, which was clearly made for someone else. Come one, come all, see for yourself the best collection of live Xenos on footfall. What kind of collection is this? Dangerous, vicious, ruthless Xena beasts caught red-handed as they were attempting to commit evil against the Imperium. But right now, they're too harmless. Our cages can't withstand their rage. But I wouldn't recommend getting too close. I'm going to lose my lore because I have a high enough lore of success. Those aren't Xenos, they're mutants in makeup. The man's smile dims, but only for a moment. Not Xenos, you say? I'm sure there must be some mistake. I'll check the shipping list myself, rest assured. Cassius says his words are oozing with greenish-yellowish hues. I do not think the promise will be kept. Such entertainment is lucrative precisely because billions of Imperium subjects have never encountered a Xenos in their life. Ignorance and curiosity create colossal demand. That's what I was taught, and I can see the lessons were truthful. Alright, I demand that you stop this abuse and release the captives. Apologize, sir, that's simply impossible. Private property, you see. Legitimate business, licensed by the Liege. Oh, his attitude totally changed. Least but not last, it's a noble cause to help the citizens of Footfall foster a proper attitude towards the enemies of the Imperium. With a guilty look, he makes a helpless gesture. I'll buy them from you. He thinks for a moment. That can be done? Very much so. The entire collection will toss you a tidy sum, but you're free to take them right now. So I lost 2 profit factor. Wow. So by being a good guy, profit factor's hard to come by. Shit. Well, I hope this has long-term benefits beyond just being a nice dude. I wonder if they're on my ship.
Operation successful.
Ah, there it is up top.
Is there money to be made?
Oh, there's a door there. Oh, there's a cogitator.
The machine gun runs the insight.
Unyielding Vanguard boots. Speaking of which, there was another gate I opened over here that I didn't go up. Ooh, there's an athletics jump that we need to make.
Compared to naval
This could be an
service, that was
opportunity.
barely a challenge.
Commander's monocle. Oh, that's an officer item. Great sword. Ooh.
What advice?
Abelard, can you use a great sword? I've always seen you with a sword and pistol. Oh, you can? What's... Oh my god, look at the look of that thing. Hell to the yes, let's just try that out for a little bit. That's pretty awesome. And then she can wear the eyepiece. What is this?
Nothing's impossible.
The numerous
for this
wounds and
old
injuries
officer.
indicate that this was a particularly brutal murder. The letters A and V are carved into the victim's shoulder blade.
If such is the Emperor's will.
There's a piece of paper over here on the floor. We need no rules or leaders. We are not an organization, we have force of nature.
I always keep my options open.
Like pretty flowers overgrown with weeds, the halls of footfalls, former palaces, and temples have been overrun by the shabby houses of the present-day inhabitants.
My success is an irrefutable certainty.
Block
Experience.
passage.
Nothing matters more.
Athletics, solved it.
The premonition runs
In this
true.
mishmash of devices and cables, you notice equipment from totally different eras. Some ancient, some merely old, and others hastily tossed together in more recent years. Oh, that requires... Uh-oh, something just happened. The buzzing crowd has closed in on several harried-looking individuals. Some of their faces are smeared with fresh blood. The angry cries and twisted faces leave no doubt. A massacre is about to take place. Man, I'm all the way over in a different area. Why did this trigger all of a sudden? I found a bug! Just cut their throats already. What are they thinking letting that ship dock at Footfall? They're all stricken. No, no cutting. We get the blood on us, we'll be tainted too. Better burn them. Hieronymus Doloroso. Be quiet, you scoundrel. A priest, clad in simple black raiment, cuts through the crowd like a void ship across the sky. You dare pass judgment on others? What arrogance to think you have the right. Agenta starts at the sight of the elderly priest. How did it put me... Alright. That's Reverend Hieronymus. Hieronymus, sorry. I'm surprised he decided to intervene in a street squabble. Alright. Watch, let's watch in silence. Reverend, but these are heretics. Real heretics. Their whole planet's plagued. We're not heretics. We ran from the heretics, barely escaping with our lives. And there's no plague on our planet. Only the arch-enemy's minions, a whole army of them. He spits on the ground. But if you want to blame anyone, blame those who abandoned our world. Blame the governor. Blame the tech priests. Blame the masters of Kiava Gama who forsook it in its darkest hour. I'm going to intervene. What's going on here? I knew you were supposed to be. I am Renfail, Rogue Trader of the Von Valancius dynasty. And I'm Incendia Chorda. Cut the guff. Her Ladyship Theodora's head of the Von Valancius line. I saw her with my own eyes when she came to Footfall. You don't much look like her. Silence! The priest shouts. You must be completely out of your minds. What's so wrong with what we're doing, Reverend? We just want to put these heretics to death. We're not heretics. We're refugees, I swear. A murmur runs through the crowd. The people gawk at you, the priest, at the wretched group huddling in the center. Cassia says, how tiring. The motley sea of colors that fills this restless crowd is hard on the eyes. So many hues, but most of them are acid yellow streaks of fear. She looks at the crowd of troublemakers wearily, and they shudder at the very sight of her. Corbin says hello. What's up, Corbin? Alright, as for the hearts of those who have been forced to defend themselves, they are shrouded in purplish black grief, but their words are as transparent as the ice that lies at the top of a glacier. Commoners are always deaf to others' suffering. Interfering in their affairs is hardly worthy of you or me. Ooh. Let's try coercion. Convince them all to go back to their homes. Comply or face the consequences. Succeeded! Oh, I don't want to get in trouble over this lot. The refugees use the interruption to make off in the direction of Dock Alpha Row. That's where I'm docked, right? I guess when I get back to the dock, I'm going to have a whole bunch of people waiting for me. The arrogance and self-righteous of a malefactor. His head shakes disapprovingly, then his eyes shift to you. I am Reverend Hieronymus Doloroso, head of the Drusian mission here on Footfall. I thank you for stepping in. Please see me when you have time. We can talk then. So see, the camera's being all wonky because my characters were not near him when this animation sequence triggered. So I have no idea where he just walked off to. I'm assuming over here. Find out soon enough.
Let us not dawdle.
Now is our time. Okay, yeah, we've already seen one of those. Getting another cutscene. The low hum of voices quiets, and a dozen gazes shift to you. The tall man with a shaved head is rubbing his hands together nervously. His opulent clothes are nearly bursting at the seams on his muscular body, and his expression is forbiddingly grim. Still, he's trying to put on an air of friendliness. What's up? Good morning, Reinach. Greetings, you must be. He glances at the scroll. Master Fidelio. All the guests have arrived. You're the last on the list. We couldn't well start without you. Your presence is absolutely vital. Play along. Of course I'm Fidelio. We can talk later. Chapter's about to begin. What is this tomfoolery? Abelard says. Awareness. Let's look around. The gathering you find yourself at seems refined and respectable at first glance. The decorations and attendees' clothes speak of wealth, and so does the location, which isn't far from the Liege's residence. But you notice that most of the gathered are of rather imposing physique. Most have scars and military-grade implants. Several of the guests look like they're covering the exit. A few are clearly carrying concealed weapons. Your appearance has definitely attracted everyone's attention. Just about every guest here keeps glancing at you, and some are clearly watching your every move, even though they're not trying not to show it. Okay. I wonder who this Fidelia is, why they cannot start proceedings until he or she appears. Just by the way, that fellow with the list is talking about is someone very important, but it's not a name I've heard before. Never heard it either. Oh no. Alright. What have we stepped into? Let's see what this is about. The underworld. Ooh, yeah. Well, heck, you know, I'm doing R&D. I'm a rogue trader. I need to learn every corner of my empire. Oh, what a terrible, sorrowful day. We pay our respects to the life and soul of Footfall Society. A loyal servant of the Imperium, a generous benefactor who spared no expense to keep the fire of faith burning, and an example to all future generations. The most noble and unforgettable Master Bellardo. The loss. The fussy administrative clerk speaks in a strained voice and keeps peeking at a paper with text on it. His speech drags on, blending into a monotonous cascade of praises of the late Master Bellardo, sorry. 20 minutes has passed, so let us offer a prayer to the Emperor for the repose of Master Bellardo's soul and the prosperity of his heirs. I now pass you over to our most reverend chaplain. I thought it said esteemed. Sometimes my brain gets a little ahead of myself. A formidable-looking man dressed in the attire of an ecclesiarchy missionary glares at the gathered crowd. And here you are, you vultures. Let's offer a prayer, then. But if you think the Emperor, or the messengers of his will, in any other words, myself, do not see into your vile souls, you are sorely mistaken. Chaplain looks at you and gives a slight nod. I wasn't referring to Master Fidelio. At least Dens himself wanted to see him at his funeral, but the rest, I know every one of you, and I would be astonished to discover anyone here who truly mourns this loss. So go ahead, pray for Bellardo's soul. Soon the flames will take him. A fitting end for a life like his. May the Emperor keep his soul. Without another word, Chaplain makes the sign of the Aquila and pointedly turns away from the attendees. Let's invent vocabulary. Okay, table with drinks awareness.
I always get the job done.
Odd smell to this Amasex, who's very likely the drink has been poisoned. Chaplain. First mate. Suspicious tech priest. First mate Dagon. The tall man who welcome at the entrance is shifting from foot to foot and keeps glancing around with a gloomy expression. Mr. Fidelio. You ever introduced yourself? I'm Dagon Othio, first mate in Dens' ship. Call me Master Bellardo now. Okay, so Master Bellardo was Dens. Alright, how did Bellardo die? Badly. Went downhill real fast. Just a year ago, he was still living it up, storming the slum asteroids, riffraff and mutants. All of a sudden, he was done. His old wounds had caught up with him. And he had plenty of those, both in the old days and more recent. Someone tried to bump him off like 12 years back, I think it was. Alright, I'm going to take my leave. Let's go talk to the chaplain. I need to find out more. Up close. Chaplain leaves an even stronger impression. A tall, burly man whose face and hands bear numerous scars. Your entire visage seems to tell the story of many heretics about their end upon their encounter with this adept of true faith. He gives you a friendly nod, but his gaze is intense, like he's trying to get a sense of who you are. Pleasure to meet you, Master Fidelio. I prefer to go by Chaplain. It's both my name and occupation. You know, it's funny how, despite being Dens's, that is to say, Master Bellardo's closest associate and confessor, I've never heard of you. The man he chose to be his sole heir. I'm glad, of course, that the inheritance didn't go to any of the others, but I'm curious. Why you? Perception. We were especially close. Succeeded. Unsurprising. Dens did like remarkable people, and he knew how to get people to like him. I have a strong suspicion that someone here wants me dead. You don't say. How can this be? Someone wants the sole heir of a tremendous fortune dead in the place where all the other contenders deprived of those riches have gathered. If you, Master Fidelio, really are worthy of Dens's name, you'll deal with these minor vicissitudes. Consider this my blessing. The Emperor protects anyone who deserves it, that is. Alright, where can I claim the inheritance? You just can't wait, can you? After the funeral, Dens will be delivered into flames and will announce his last will and testament. Alright, thanks. Now, who are you, and why are you hiding back here? The girl dressed in expensive clothes raises her sad little face to you and says in a serious voice, "Hello. Who are you? What are you doing here?" "Hiding. I thought I was going to cry and didn't want anyone to see. My name is Adelia Bellardo. It's my grandfather in there in the box." "Those tears will pass, Adelia," says Argenta. "Have you ever heard the name Fidelio?" Someone my dad is very mad at, but dad is always mad at everyone. Where are your parents? My dad is Casperlado. He's with the guests. And my mom ran away. They told me she hates Dad and Grandpa. I guess she hates me too. I don't know. It was a long time ago. I didn't even miss her anymore. I miss Grandpa. He was the nicest. Okay. Whoever prepared the body of the gray-haired man lying in the coffin did a good job. Even in death, he looks majestic. Let's take a lore Imperium check. The implants left in the deceased's body speak of his high standing. Expensive tech is typically extracted from the dead, and only the most prominent and wealthy avoid this fate upon their death. Do you know this man, Abelard? Do I? I would tell you all about this man, but the words I'd use would be improper for a funeral. This, your lordship, is Jadek and Dens, known back in the day as one of the most notorious pirates in the Coronis Expanse. They nicknamed him Jerrycan for his habit of having a jug or two of promethium on hand. He did love burning things. He was a menace back then. How long was it? 60 years ago. I was serving my last days in the Navy when came news of his latest attack. There was a time when the sight of Jerrycan in a coffin would have been enough to make me dance, quite literally, but by the throne I would have danced a jig on the spot. But now I don't know. The more jumping into a warp right now from the cruiser's nose, you old beast. Who would have thought I'd be at your funeral? It's pretty grand for Pirate's funeral. Is that normal in Footfall? No one has heard of Dens for so many decades. I barely recognized him myself. I assume he retired, so why were they calling him Master Bellardo? Reverend Hieronymus mentioned the name Master Bellardo as one of the biggest donors to the temple. Oh, is he trying to like pay off for his sins? Is that what he was doing? So he changed his ways? Yeah, I just gotta... Let's go talk to the chaplain real quick. That's a quick journal update. Is there anything to say about that? Aha! How was it that an ecclesiarchal missionary came to be a friend and associate of a famous pirate? Chaplain chuckles, the scars on his face growing even more prominent. Do you know why they call me Chaplain? It's because I was the priest on Dens' ship in his wilder days. If you're surprised, you shouldn't be. There are plenty of heretic scum among the pirates of the Expanse, but Den wasn't one of them. And he was a true believer, and he shared more of the Imperium's ideals than some of these stiff-necked officers. A leader with an iron fist and an iron will. And we owe our conquest of thousands of star systems to people like that. The ones he robbed were mostly types that no true subject of the Imperium would shed a tear over. Xenos, heretics. Not all of them. The Emperor will judge if Des was a decent man. Okay. Huh. Alright. It's a little bit of more information about what's going on here. Any more guests?
I always have a backup plan.
Oh, well, I guess we're not getting those goods. Looks like looks like someone deliberately set a trap to collapse a part of the building. Someone's trying to take me out. Well, to take the person I'm pretending to be out.
Rise to the top, or get left in the
Alright,
dust.
hang on. Dagon's wanting to... Master Fidelio, you leave it already? I'm afraid you'll have to wait. It's Footfall Station service, you see. They can't schedule expected life support. It just won't take long, an hour, maybe two. So we can't leave for the moment. Oh, hang on. Here's the dude I need to talk to. I was looking for him. I didn't see him. He's back in the other corner. Routine is how I get up every morning. This is my job. I take it pretty seriously. Haven't been introduced. Casperlado. I'm the only child of the deceased. He sends a mocking salute in the direction of the coffin. You don't seem particularly grief-stricken. If I was the one lying in that box, he wouldn't be crying his eyes out either. Son's feelings are complicated. I wasn't a good son, old Dins wasn't a good father, but I do miss him in his own way. He always used to seem timeless, not a bag of meat and ugly ambitions like the rest of us. What did he die of? Age, debauchery, old wounds. By the end, my old dad was more implant than man, especially after the assassination attempt about 12 years ago. Thanks for speaking with me. Training to leave us after all, Mr. Fidelio. His voice is quiet, but any hint of courtesy is gone. Once more, everyone's focus is on you as their hands reach for their weapons. They want to take me out for the inheritance. Or for vengeance. Let me tell you how this is gonna go. You see my boys over there? See that massive gun they've got? That'll blast you straight to the Emperor. Boom! But I'm not a monster, see? I gotta offer you a choice at least. If you don't want to go boom, my boys will escort you to a small, cozy room nearby where you'll stay for the next hour or two while I say my goodbyes to my pal Dins and claim my share of the inheritance. Everything I deserve for our years of friendship. Indira says we should take him up on the offer. I can sense it. We could agree to this kind gentleman's proposal. She gives you a meaningful look. I did quick save before this, right? Don't remember when was the last quick save. I'm the Rogue Trader. I kind of like the idea of getting an inheritance. I'll take my chances with the gun.
You will beg for mercy, but I will grant none.
Give me strength.
Did I put a wound on me or something? No, it's just the start of this. Okay. Alright. Alright. This is pretty much every ceremony guest. Ha ha ha! Well, okay. Let me timestamp this. That was unexpected. Who's the name of this dude? Dagon, I think is what I first met Dagon. Alright, time to find some placement no matter where I go. This is gonna be gnarly. Pascal. It's not the best place, but there are fewer enemies on this side than there are everywhere else. Abelard, let's get you up and over here. Actually, Abelard here, and Pascal over here. Alright, I think I'm kind of happy with that placement. Alright, Cassia,
I am a navigator, not a servitor.
let's give it to our... No, we'll do Pascal because he's got the AoE weapon.
If you insist, Lord Captain.
He's got that plasma pistol. Welcome to the YouTube channel, Manny Torres. Yeah, this is an AoE. Nice.
Execution.
There go the fireworks, if you guys hear that. This is a festival day here, so there's gonna be fireworks all day and into the evening. I didn't know you were in here, Smeagol. What's up, buddy? You sleeping in Daddy's chair? I have to go out and find Pippin probably in a bit if the fireworks are going off.
Faith without deeds is worthless. Strike is a prayer. Doubt is for the weak.
Oh, she's got momentum. I'm gonna use it.
Power resides in the will of the righteous.
I'll do it.
I will not. As the Emperor commands, I act.
You're not doing a good job right now.
I'll do it.
80% hit chance, you're not really doing any damage.
This is why I was chosen.
Alright. Let's go ahead and mark this dude as
Who
prey.
if not me? It's as good as done. I won't stand for it.
Okay. I think I need to move her up.
What is this foreboding?
Problem is I'll hurt my friends if I do this. Alright, I can get these two now.
Will do. Farewell.
Was that you? Or...
Will do.
Alright, she's done. Abelard.
My place is at the fort. At your beck and call. One clear target.
Alright.
Follow my lead. I'm not interested.
Oh, he gets her. Okay,
We'll rule the
we're
stars
triggering this.
themselves. That's not the seneschal's
Daring
job.
breach triggered. Oh, that two-handed sword is so awesome.
I took care of this one.
Let's go get first mate Dagon.
Indeed.
God, that sword is amazing.
Grey hair, sure hand.
Gray hair, sure hand. I like that quote. I like that quote, Abelard. Pascal, you actually can move up here because I don't need you to finish him off. Uh-oh, what just happened? You hear someone clearing their throat, the source of the sound. Oh my god, he just interrupted combat. My dear good Fidelio, I hope you're satisfied with the services provided by our establishment. I beg if you help me, please keep your voice down. It's a matter of life and death. What's the matter? It's very difficult to get by in footfall with my wages. This should not have interrupted combat, so this is a fun little burp, fun little bug. Okay, replace the implants of the deceased with identical replicas and sell them to the right people. So on the day that Master Bellardo passed away and his family was quick to organize a ceremony, I simply didn't have time to prepare. Now my container full of goods is in the furnace. If you don't help me, I'm going to burn any minute. I am a crime lord as a background. I will help you with that full of conditions. You see, I am most definitely Master Fidelity, and I'm afraid I've misplaced some of my documents. If you can send me a copy of everything you find in the archives that was in well, you'll get your contraband. Of course, of course. Alright, that was really weird. It moved my whole party. Holy shit. Okay, that was definitely a bit of jank right there. Like, it moved our whole party all the way over here. Haha. Alright, I mean, I can't do the quest for the clerk if he's attacking me, so this is a mute, you know, a moot point. Sorry, mute point. It's a moot point. That's the first like jank I've found. It's all good. There's jank in every launched product. I hadn't seen any to this point. I'm 15 hours into the game or whatever.
None can escape the Emperor's judgment. Faith without deeds is worthless.
He's too far away.
As the Emperor commands, I act.
Battlefields are always drowned in scarlet. Isn't this a job for the serfs?
Lidless stare. Oh, we're gonna trigger this bad boy, and we're gonna put it on Abelard. Oh, can I not use it right now? Says I can. There it goes.
In the name of House Orselio, I shall prevail.
It will be done.
Oh, that two-handed sword is amazing.
I've seen worse battles than this in my time. I will do my duty. Target well struck. At your back and one fewer target.
I think that's about it. We can transfer my movement onto somebody else, though.
Victory is imminent.
She can move a little bit now.
The enemies of the Emperor will be
I love how he can
undone.
transfer his heroic opportunity to someone else.
Doubt is for the weak. Each strike
That
is a
should be
prayer.
the fight. Oh, no, there's one more ceremony guest. I don't know where they're at, though. Over here. Oh, I do have line of sight. Nice.
As the Emperor commands, I act.
That's a wrap. First mate Dagon lifts his face. Ugh, it hurts. Kes Bellardo clutches his wounded body. The crematorium's gonna have its hands full today. You've stopped shooting. Oh no, Dad. Wonderful. This is a funeral Dens would be proud of. Alright, treat their wounds. I'm not in a killing mood. I would ask that these esteemed guests stay for a moment. We have a bit of important business still to take care of. Are we done with the firing squads? I would like to finally resolve the matter of Den's inheritance, then give him a proper send-off. Alright. All of the deceased's will, all of his fortune goes to Fidelio, mysterious new heir. However, I believe a certain party would like to intervene in the process. I'm gonna use the iconoclasty. The only person who truly loved Dens is his granddaughter. She inherits his fortune. The name on the will is Fidelio, but all his life Dens spat on laws. I think he'd understand. Shh, oh man, Showstone didn't expect this. Money's mine. Don't worry, sweetheart. Daddy will help you put Grandpa's riches to good use. Have you finally gone deaf? The inheritance of Delia is not yours. He says you leave me with no choice. I'll get up, Daddy. I'll give you the inheritance. Oh, wow. Examine the servitor. Why did this servitor attack Kaz? What happens to the girl now? She's got no one left. I'll look after her till she's grown up. She's gonna have a target on her head now. But if I take her in, no one will dare hurt her. If they do dare. While I'm at it, I'll also help her not to squander her fortune. I'll teach her the basics of warfaring, find reliable suppliers, pull up the strings of the administerium, and just like that, she'll have herself a decent enterprise. I can tell you're affluent folk, and I imagine you could always use the services of a robust, reliable supply network. I'll contact your swordness myself. Sure, alright, that sounds cool. I would like to say goodbye to my old friend. I imagine the crematorium has got its furnaces up and running now, but I feel like it would be sad to just shove him off like that. Oh, he wants a jerry can of Promethium on Footfall to send him off. Want to stay and watch? Sure. I never did uncover Fidelia's identity. I guess that was a side component of that. Well, it's one way to go out. Looty loot.
The Whispers told me a secret.
Disarm.
Duty prevails.
Nothing special in that whole place. There's a boss over here. Where did I see his body at? Cass. Huh. It shows it on the map, but I can't, I don't see it anywhere.
Is there money to be made?
That's interesting. So it definitely shows it on the map, but there's nowhere that I can see to actually loot the body. Another little bit of jank. It's all good. I think that's technically cleared the whole area. Well, that's pretty good. Tech use? Yeah, we'll open it up.
Operation successful.
Cool. Well, that's a good stopping point, everybody. I got a little later start today, but that means the stream's a little shorter this morning. But I gotta go check to see if it stopped raining, because if it did, Chris and I need to run errands this morning because we need kitty litter and chicken food and a bunch of other stuff. So we gotta see if we can head on out if it stopped raining. Should be back tonight unless the weather's bad. Last night I started streaming, and about 30 minutes in, my internet just was like because of all the storms. So we'll see how it is tonight. If it's good, I'll be back at 8 p.m. this evening. Thanks for being here, folks. See you tomorrow morning or tonight.